In this video, we are going to create a popover by using the Headless UIs and also Tailwind CSS and also the Nextjs. So we are going to create a project, and we go to use yarn create next app. So we copy this and go to the terminals and create a project. And then we type some name. So we type YT learned Headless UI, and then we type popover, and this is popover. So we type enter, and we will install the Tailwind CSS. So we copy this and enter the project. So we have cdyt learned Headless UI popover, and then we paste the command, and then we will enter to the project and replace this config file. And now we type code dot to enter the VS Code, and then we go back to here, and now we can copy this and back to the Tailwind config, and then we replace this, and then we also copy the global CSS. So we copy and then go to styles, global CSS, and then replace this with Tailwind, and then we can run our project. And now we can go to the terminals, and then we type yarn dev, and now we can see the welcome to Nextjs, and actually we also have to install the Headless UI. So we can see this is the installation command. So we copy and back to the terminal, and then we create the components folders, and then we back to the documentations, and we are going to create my popover.js, and then we can copy this and we replace this, and it should also need to import the popover from the Headless UI. And after that, we back to the app, and should be the index, and we remove all of this, and then we type by popover, and then we can delete this. And then since we already installed the Tailwind CSS, we can try to add the class name, which is equal to bg orange 200 x screen, and then we save it, and then we type yarn dev to start the server again. So we back to the localhost, and we can see this is a very simple popover. And I think we can also add the style. So we go back to the popover, and we can compare with the example. And now we can see which part we have to add the style. And the first one is we can go to this part. We add the margin top of 3, and then this is the popover panel, and then we go to this div, and this is the div and this is the grid, and then we can add another div, because if you compare with this one, this is the Popover panel, and then we have two div. We add another div with and this should also, and before the Popover dot panel, and then the class name is equal to overflow hidden, and then run LG shadow LG, and also ranked 1 and ranked black, and then ranked opacity 5, and let's take a look and type young dev. Now we can see there is a shadows, and this is wrapping the all the options. And then we add another div, and then we close the div, and then we save it. Now we can see it has the white background wrapping the content. And at the documentations, you can see this has also some class we can copy. So we will have a button like this. So we copy this class name, and then we just remove this conditional state, and then we copy to the Popover dot button, and then we paste the class name. So if we back to the localhost, now you can see the buttons, and this can trigger the Popover. But this is too close to the top left corner, and this is because we haven't added the class name at the outer div. So we copy this and back to here, and we can wrap this, or we can go to here and then we add the class name, and this wrap my Popover, and now we back to the localhost, and now you can see this Popover. In this part, we are going to starting different state. So it will rotate this arrows icon, and first we have to add the chevron down icon. So we go to the Tailwind, the React hero icon, and then we copy this command, and then we go to the terminal and paste this command to install the hero icon. And then we go to here, and then under the Popover, we add something like this, and then we also add the fragment, and then we will copy all of this, the popover buttons and also the popover dot panel. So we copy the popover panels and popover dot buttons, and then we cut this and paste inside the fragment, and then we save it and go to format document, and then we copy this import chevron down icon and go to import this, and then we go to copy and then under the popover dot button we have the solutions, and then we paste the icons, and then if this is open it will rotate 180 degree. So now we type yarn dev to start the server again, and then we type localhost 3000. We cannot see the icon. This is because we did not set the width and height to the icon, so we have to add the width and height. So we have to go to use the template literal, and then we add h5, and then width is also 5, and then we save it. Now you can see it has the icon, and if we click this it will rotate 180 degrees. So this is how to style the buttons. In this part we are going to add a new button that can link to the insight page, and first we have to create the custom button. So we use mylink.js, and then we use the react.forward-ref, and then we put the on click href and also the ref, and then we change this to a tag, and then the href is equal to href, and this should be on click. And also the ref is equal to ref. And then inside this we add a div, and then we add the class name is equal to bg red 500, and then hover bg green 500, and then we put some tags my link, and then we have to go to the page and go to create a page called insight. Now we go to the my popover, and then under this, because we have a list of buttons and we can actually remove this grid, so now it will become a list of buttons, and now we go to add the popover dot button, and then inside this we type as, and then we type my link. So we already import my link from my link, and then we type href is equal to inside, because we already have the page inside. So we can type the name the button as inside. And I think we should change the text inside this one. So we can type inside. And now you can see it has some styling when mouse over the button. So actually at here we can delete the text because it already referred to my link. So if we click on this, it will go to the page inside. We can also add another button to fetch the data. For example, we fetch the to-do list from the JSON placeholder by clicking on the buttons that's under the popover. So now we go to here and create to-dos. And this is the empty array, and then we go to add another button. And then we type fetch. And the use date is not defined, so we have to import from we add, and then at here we can go to used on click, and now let's see what inside. Now you can see we have the fetch button. Or maybe we try to use the A tag, so it has the same style. So now we use fetch, and then we use async, and then under this we use constant data is equal to await fetch. And then we copy the URL, and then the constant to-dos is equal to await data.json, and then we use set to-dos. And then we use close to close the list. And now we have to list out the to-dos. So we go to find the place, for example, after the popover. So we have to add the div. And then we check whether we have to-dos. So we check whether to-dos.length is greater than 0. If yes, we are going to loop through the to-dos. And we add some class name is equal to bg white and padding 5. So let's see what happened. So if we go to here and click fetch, and now you can see we have the to-do list, and I think we have to add the cursor pointer. So we go to the fetch button, and then we add the class name is equal to cursor pointer. Now you can see when mouse over, it also changed to the pointer, the icon. In this part, we are going to add the overlays, which is a very light semi-transparent black color. So when you click on this, there should be a black overlay at the bottom. So this is very easy because we just need to copy this and paste under the button. So we go to the button and paste to here. And now if you go to click on this, you can see there is a black overlay, and you can see the position is there is a problem because I just put in the wrong place, because this should not under this pop over button. Instead, we are going to add this under this button. So this is the popover button, and this one actually is the inside button. So now you can see if you click on this, there is a black semi-transparent overlay, but this is a very clear options list. So this is how to add the overlay. Now we are going to add the transitions to the popover. So the first thing that we need to do is to import the transition from the Headless UI we add. So we copy the transitions and back to the project, and then we place the transitions, and then we go to copy the transition components, and then right before the panel, so we go to here and we can see the panel. And then we paste to here. And then after the close of the panel, so we can go to here. And after the pop over the panel, we type transition. Now we save it and back to the website. And now you may not see the animation, so we can make this duration longer. So this is 1000 milliseconds. So you can see it slowly pop up and then it disappear. So again, you can use this. You can change this to 1000, so you can see the animations. So it pop up and then it slowly disappear. So this is how to add the transition to our popover. if there are more than one popover, we can use the popover.group to wrap these two popovers. So we can try this by going to our project, and we can see we have one popover, and we can try to copy all of this and then duplicate. So now we have two popover, but right before the popover we type popover dot group. So now we can put this to the end of the popover. After the end of the popover, now there should be, if we look at the website, you can see we have two buttons, and actually they are not the same. For example, we can go to correct this. For example, we change this to fetch to. So now you can see if we click on this, we have a list of buttons that is fetch to, and if we click on the top, we can see there is another list of buttons which only has the fetch, and we can go to add the class to the popover.group because we want to have some space between these two buttons. So we can add the class name is equal to flash and then gap 2. So now you can see these two has some separation in between.